You're intelligent, you're driven, you hit all your goals, but love seems inconsistent, painful, and very confusing. More than just landing your dream job. How is that something so basic as human connection and relationship has become so difficult? I think you grew up performing well, you made sure that you scored very well, you made sure that you were constantly more productive, you were there for everybody, and most probably everybody called you a mature kid. But nobody really took care of your needs. This often happens when from childhood we learn कि यार I have to perform so that my parents love me, so that I am appreciated. I have to be there for my father, I have to be there for my mother, so that they appreciate my presence. As kids हमें क्या चाहिए होता है? अपने parents का attention. But हम में से कुछ लोगों को वो attention सिर्फ तब मिलता है जब हम उनके level का या उनकी expectations को पूरा करते हैं, उनके उस तरीके से perform करते हैं जैसा वो चाहते हैं. और इस सब में हम हमारी नीड्स यूजुअली भूल जाते हैं. इसलिए a lot of times when you would have felt like crying, you would have to do it alone because हो सकता है बाहर लोग बोलें कि यार so much drama this person does or he is too needy as a kid, which you always knew wasn't true. So you decided that okay, I will perform well, मैं अपने एग्जाम्स अच्छा करूँगा, मैं अपना काम पूरा करूँगा, probably अपने करियर में मैं बहुत हाई स्टेक जॉब्स भी करूँगा. But when it comes to emotions, when it comes to feeling things, that is something that nobody can see. So being vulnerable became difficult for you. And this is why people who are high achievers, who perform really well, find it extremely difficult to fall in love. Let's talk about it in this video. Hi, my name is Anjali. I'm a psychologist and a happiness coach, and let's understand what us as high achievers need so that we can function well and we can successfully have one good relationship in our life. Let's talk about the signs that you might have as somebody who is a high achiever but finds love difficultly. Number one, you most probably always Google attachment styles, thinking where would you fit, and you would always want to be the secure one, but there are very high chances that you come towards the anxious side. Number two, you always say that I think I feel this instead of saying I feel. That confidence in your emotional expression is usually missing. So you may be great at giving presentations, you may be excelling as a team lead, but when it comes to emotional conversation, all you say is I think I feel like this, but I'm not very sure. Because you never really paid attention to how you feel and how your emotions work. Number three, you break your breakup into lessons instead of grieving that loss. Breakup हुआ है तो इसका मतलब I have to learn something from it and just move on to the next. That's not really how breakups work. Because when you're with somebody, you will also go through a grief period, which as high achievers, sometimes we forget. We just try and find whatever lesson that the universe was planning to give us, और बस हम उसी लेसन को सीखने की कोशिश करना शुरू कर देते हैं without really thinking how much losing this person is actually affecting us. Now let's understand why does this happen. बहुत basic reason है that emotional avoidance was said to be emotionally intelligent. तो अगर हम emotions को address ही नहीं कर रहे तो शायद हम as a child emotionally intelligent child हैं. But unfortunately, what 90% of people forget is an emotional kid is the one who can safely express and also handle themselves. But उनको वो safe expression की जगह नहीं मिलती है, which is also a case that might have happened with you. You did not find an outlet of your emotions. Number two, your feelings weren't safe, thinking was. So you decided to become logical instead of emotional. So everything now has a cause and effect in your life, but your emotions, they don't have anything in it. So usually when a breakup would happen, you'd understand why they left, you'd understand what issue they had, you'd understand what problem they had, but you'd never really acknowledge the fact that you were also hurt in this and you need time for that. Your emotional avoidance, your lack of accepting how you feel is something that is impacting your relationships. Just for a minute, do this with me right now. Ask where in my body do I feel sadness and pause this video. Just pause it and just Do it for 2 minutes and understand where in your body is the feeling of sadness even present, because emotions have a somatic experience, and if you haven't experienced them as of now, they are likely stored somewhere in your body. Your random aches and pains have a reason, and it could just be your emotional avoidance. So, just for this minute, try and just scan your entire body and think, where is the sadness in my body? Let's hope you did that. Now, let's talk about how you don't really chase love, you usually chase familiarity. So, anything that seems familiar seems comfortable, and that is what we always decide to choose. For example, if as a child love was given very inconsistently to you, your coping to that would be that I need to prove myself so that I am chosen, right? And when you think like that, even inconsistent love becomes a project for you. I will do so well, I will become this best version of myself so that this other person doesn't leave me. But that is not what love requires you to be. Yes, love requires you to improve, but not at the cost of yourself. Inconsistent love is never the right kind of love, anyways. And in all of this, what becomes normal for you? The people who text very inconsistently, the people who are always late, the people who do not give you as much priority or importance, the people who always bench you or keep you as a second or a third option, because you've always felt that it's a competition and you have to win it and you have to work hard for it so that it becomes yours. But that is not what love is supposed to feel. So if by any chance you're in a situation like that, take this cue as a universe sending you a message and get out of it. And the funny part, when you're in this, you overfunction a lot. You overfunction in expressing what emotion you're feeling. So you will over explain why you got angry. You will over explain why you were sad. You will over explain why you did a certain thing. Number two, you are the one who plans everything: dates, check ins, when to meet, how to meet, where to meet, what to wear, everything. You're the one who plans that. Number three, you minimize your needs and say it's okay even when it is not. And that never works, because in this kind of a relationship, you're doing a lot more than what you are supposed to do. You are working constantly and you're becoming that easy partner to be with, that everybody says, oh, my partner is very chill, my partner doesn't care, my partner will be there. No, you need efforts. You need efforts, and you have to let people do it for you. You cannot constantly be in a place that, yes, I will do everything, you just chill. That's not how relationships work. Relationship is a boat, and both of you have to work together to make sure it reaches the shore. Somewhere your nervous system confuses being in control as being safe. But my friend, when you're in a relationship, you are ought to be nervous, you're ought to be vulnerable, you're ought to feel those unwanted deep emotions that nobody likes. But that is what relationships do to us. They make us see the versions of ourselves that we always were hiding. And in all of this, you've been addicted to improvement, right? Because smart people always improve themselves. They're always productive. They're always at 100. They're always hustling. But you need to realize that healing does not have a checklist. It's the idea to surrender. It's the idea to accept. It's the idea of knowing that wherever I am in my life, I can be better and I can just be as is, instead of overdoing, overfunctioning, overworking all the time. Somewhere resting has to become a part of your love language. I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I've met a lot of my clients who have read like 15, 20 self-help books about how to maintain relationships, how to trust people, and yet are never able to do that. It's a simple thing. You do not know how to be vulnerable. And another surprising fact here is you don't let people see the messy version of you, the unhealed version of you, the version that is a little scared, the version that has fear in it. You just hide it from the entire world. And that is not right. So let's talk about how do we fix this? What do we do that we can at least try to come out of it, and us as millennials find good love in our life? Let the love that you get in your life be a little boring. You don't always have to face anxiety. You can just also be in it. That's it. You can be safe in a boring relationship as well. Number two, start expressing your needs without apologizing. So instead of saying, oh, I'm so sorry to say this, just say what you're meant to say. because you constantly cannot apologize for having an opinion or having a reason or having something to say. Number 3, please start regulating your nervous system. When you are with people who make you feel insecure or small, you will constantly feel agitated in your body. So start working on your body first, start relaxing your body. See where you feel safe. And when I say safe, you feel okay expressing. That is the place we feel safe, where you do not have to think twice before saying anything, where you're not constantly walking on eggshells. That's the safety I'm talking about. 4, refine what maturity means for you, because maturity doesn't mean that you don't bother about things. It just means that you're honest about what bothers you. Okay. And lastly, number 5, let love be received and stop performing. It's not an act. Be okay receiving love. Let your partner also do things for you and just be present in the moment. It's not a competition. It's something that you have to feel in your body and also express. Please understand that you're not a broken person. You're a brilliant person. You do a lot more than what 90% of people out there can do. And you know that. You are aware of your capabilities. All you have to be aware about is the other side that you have not really expressed much, experienced much, or understood much. Just start coming from a place where you feel that, okay, let me try expressing. One of the best things I think you should do is get yourself in coaching or therapy where you learn how expression really works. When we are high achievers, that's one thing that we forget. And once you learn how to express better, you also become a good leader, you also become a good partner, and you just always become a good human being. So even something as difficult as parenting becomes easy when you have the art of expression of your vulnerable and hard emotions. Okay, so start working towards that direction that makes you feel naturally you and not makes you question everything. I hope this video helped you. In case you have questions, please feel free to put them below. We upload videos like this every week, and I would like to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.